in the draft for consultation. So, right, the next one is the Phillipstown. I just want to see it dragged up, that's all. I've got Phillipstown Community Centre, but Phillipstown Community Centre, Councillor Johansson.
Thank you. I know that there's been a number of submissions to council as part of the LTP as well. So this really is taking a similar approach to the Shirley Community Centre. Phillipstown was an area that was hit hard with the Christchurch earthquakes, particularly with the decision to close the school, and also with the loss of its major facility, which was Lancaster Park, which is moving into the central city. So council has shown a commitment to return Lancaster Park as a sports recreation ground and a community asset, and that is really appreciated. And similarly, if you contrast what council's also done in places like Kiwi2, where we have given a commitment to those communities to rebuild facilities back in local neighbourhoods. So in terms of the Phillipstown Community Centre, I think the real critical thing is to get some money on budget on our LTP to create a project. That way it will give the ability to bring it forward if needed, but also hopefully to attract development contributions. Phillipstown is a community that is facing a huge pressure of intensification in terms of urban development, and there's a number of needs that are coming to the fore because of those pressures. So I think signalling as a council and going out to consult on a draft annual plan that we will put a project on to give this community some certainty that we are committed to doing something here is an important step in the process of earthquake recovery and of also looking forward. So I'm not sure there's much more that I can really add to that. I would just ask councillors to support this. It doesn't have a financial impact within the next 3 years. There will be opportunities and chances to change it if required, but let's give this community a signal that we are going to put some positive investment into this community in the future and enable us to work through the different issues. Thank you.
Mike?
Thank you, and I would like to acknowledge Councillor Johansson bringing this forward, and I would have liked to support it. I think it's important that there is investment in Phillipstown, but you know, in my opinion, this is a long-term plan decision, as what happened with 10 Shirley Road when we actually put money on budget during the long-term plan. I've heard from staff already that the work has been done and we'll have the information in time to actually inform the long-term plan. Then when we actually make a decision, we can do it with proper information in front of us. So I hope to see that in due course, and therefore we can actually make a more informed decision.
Anyone else? I'll put the motion. Oh, Sarah?
Yeah, I'd like to support Yanni on this one. The closure of Phillipstown School was devastating for that community, and I remember the marches and the protests, and the school had become such a hub. You know, the neighbourhood policing team were based out of there, and all of those kind of things, and the closure of that school devastated that community. What has grown on that site since, while they have had like a month by month for a long time lease, and then something long, and then back to month by month now, has been amazing for that community. You know, there's low-cost exercise classes, there's internet provision for those in the community who can't afford their own internet provision. There's Aotearoa creative spaces with mental health support through the arts, icicles, and a range of things all operating out of that side. For us to be able to indicate to them in a concrete way that we support their future, I think is really good. I'm sad that we weren't able to do that during the long-term plan process that we've just had, but I'm really happy to put some funding on in outer years to give them that sense that we do value the work that they do. Thanks.
Jake?
Just quickly, I just wanted to actually restate a couple of the points Sarah made, which is for a community has almost been defined by uncertainty, and particularly at the moment living on a month-to-month lease. This, even though it is in the outer years, provides that assurity that the community can take into the future. And for us to support it here today is a bit of a no-brainer, considering that it doesn't have a rates impact for us at the moment.
I'll just speak for a minute. I just think that with a number of communities, when you've had setbacks, when you've really been knocked down, there are 3 words that enable you to get up and carry on, and they are confidence, hope and optimism. And hope and optimism are 2 different things, but if they know that the uncertainty that they're living in at the moment with the use of the former Phillipstown school was going to be met with a council that wants to work with them to achieve a community centre, it doesn't matter what that will look like in the future. And it may mean that it may be that the Ministry of Education will come to the party with some sort of arrangement in the interim. But this gives the community confidence that the council will be there for them. It gives them hope that they will be able to continue to deliver the support that their community needs, and optimism to face the challenges of everyday living in an area that has been overwhelmed by development and to some extent urban blight as a result of the closure of the school. So I will put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. No. So can we just have the noes? Mike Davidson, Sam McDonald, Tim Scandrett, Aaron Kewen, Catherine Chu and James Goff. Thank you.